All right, hello, test, 1 2 1 2. All right, cool. That's all working. But anyway, hi, hello. Um, hold on a second. Um, anyway, hi, hello. I hope you're all having a good week so far. My week's been ass. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Just like I'm so tired. I'm so tired, just mentally and physically. Like I just don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me to play anything today. But I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think the only thing that got me through my day without me wanting to like bash my head against a wall was the Switch 2 Direct. Like straight up, I have been riding that high all day, and thank God, because it's like at least Nintendo knows how to make a day feel like an entire event. Other than that, yeah, my week sucks. My week has sucked so far, and that's 99% due to work. Just have I mentioned I hate my job before? I feel like I've mentioned that a lot. I mean, it still stands. So yeah. Considering that Nintendo kind of made history today, I figured we just like go over that. And this is incredibly impromptu, but I'm going to be having some company today. Hang on a second. Uh, let me set this up. Let me set this up real quick. Give me like 2 minutes. Uh, God. Well, I mean, besides the drowning silence, let me set some ambience real quick, because I mean, if we're just gonna be yapping all night, I might as well just like put something on. Give me a second. All right, cool. Hopefully that's not overpowering me. Just give me a second while I set all this up. Bear with me. I'm doing things, doing things. I'm doing things. Things are happening. Give me a second. Uh, God, how do I do this? I haven't done this in a minute. Jesus, I'm I'm trying to set up for my surprise something up for my surprise guest. Just God, hang on, hang on. I think I almost had this figured out. Give me a second. That's not it. That's not it either. I think this is just kind of proving how fried I am. Just good God, good God. That's not it either. Ugh. It's a right. It's a browser source. Duh. Um. hello, Ved. I hope your week's gone. Hope your week's gone by so far, or gone by good so far. Mine hasn't. Hello.
Hello.
Oh God.
Am I overpowering?
I mean, I might. Yeah, let me turn you down a bit. Okay, say something.
Something.
Okay, well that works out. I'm too tired to figure it out. I was gonna put your thing with the image you just sent me, but I can't be bothered. Anyway, to anyone watching, like I said, I'm too fried mentally, physically, and emotionally to play a game, so we're just gonna yap. And I'm joined by my good friend. If she wants to introduce herself.
Hi, yes, I am Rally Harlock. My pronouns are she, they, and you can find me on all sorts of social medias. I also go by Laserdisc Lesbian, Iksa1, things like that. And I mostly do film archiving and discussion, but also love talking about video games too. I mean, that's how we bonded. I mean, this is the CEO of Rare.
Yeah, but yeah, Riley's a good friend of mine, a good real life friend of mine. Respect her, or I won't respect you. All that good stuff. No.
Wait, I'm real?
Also, no, I'm the rare guy. I guess you can be the rare girl, but I'm the rare guy. But anyway,
That's what I was saying. You're the CEO of Rare.
Yeah, thank you. But anyway, how about that direct?
It was certainly directy. So I actually watched it on the way to work today, but then I got a call in the middle of the storm. I got a call in the middle of the storm, be like, "Oh, you don't have to come in," and I'm like, "Son of a." It was at like the last announcement. It was like right when Donkey Kong came on screen. I was like, "Oh,
dang!" I was able to watch the whole thing before I had to leave my house. The funny thing is that I set my alarm to wake myself up at like 7:30 because I usually get up at like 8. But like, you know, the direct started at 8, so I want to be up a little early. I ended up getting up at 6:30 in the morning because it started storming. And
yeah,
I
it was
couldn't
loud.
go back to sleep.
It's still going over here. It's like comically loud.
Jeez, wow, it's been off and on for me. But I mean, I don't know. I guess we can kind of go in order. But I mean, they started off strong with Mario Kart World. Fun fact: I never bought Mario Kart 8. Like during the Switch's entire lifespan, the most popular game on the console. I never touched it.
I played it on the Wii U a bit, and I remember being really impressed with it. But I never owned it, even when I had a Wii U, because yes, us Wii U owners are rare, especially these days. But
I mean, it also doesn't help that Nintendo never puts their stuff on sale, which is, well, like, you know what? Let's just start with the bad stuff first. It's like everyone's complaining about the prices, which I mean, valid, because $80 for a game is too much. I think $70 is too much personally, but then it's just like, I don't know. It's like I'm sure the current state of the world has some level to do with it, but I mean, stuff like this is like 99% corporate greed, and I mean, Nintendo's gonna Nintendo. I mean, companies aren't your friend. All they want is money. And considering that Mario Kart was the money maker for their last console, I mean, I get it. I'd probably do the same thing too if I was in their shoes, but Christ.
yeah, no, it's bad. Like, I remember when Tears of the Kingdom dropped and they were like $70. I'm like, this is not a $70 game. It's not even getting into like the fact that they re-released legacy Wii U titles, speak of the devil, and they were also full like $10 more expensive than they were their original launch. Like, yeah, it's definitely very current political states of the world kind of thing, and also, yeah, absolutely corporate greed. It's like, yeah, $80, Jesus.
Yeah,
and that's not including DLC, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo is like the master. Like, hey, you want to buy this game again? And I mean, people do it because I mean, it's Nintendo, but it's just like the only thing I'm gonna say with the price is like, y'all just have to look out for yourselves as a consumer. Like, do what you can, what's within your means, and just like, it's your wallet. Like, I bought my Switch used, and I bought it like 4 years into the console's lifespan, which is probably why I have so little attachment to the console. Like, there's so many Switch games I haven't really touched or gotten into despite owning, because I was that late into the game. But I mean,
so
it is what it is.
Sorry. My Switch experience was essentially I sold a bunch of stuff that I got at garage sales for cheap back when the Switch was newer. It was back when Smash Ultimate was announced, because that was the thing that got me to buy the system. Because like, Mario Odyssey's cool.
I was just gonna say that was early.
Yeah, seriously. And I was just like, Mario Odyssey was really good, but like once I beat the game, I kind of didn't really go back to it. And that's sort of my biggest problem with the Switch is replayability.
Yeah, but I mean, games in general just aren't really meant to be replayed unless they're like roguelites, which is like those are a dime a dozen. But Also, can you keep a secret?
Of course. You're live on the air though.
I never played Mario Odyssey.
Well, I promise that your secret is safe.
Thanks. I need to.
I can't speak for anyone else in chat.
I need to get around to it one day, maybe sometime before the Switch 2 drops. Yeah, I know, Mr. Platform Guy that hasn't played Mario Odyssey. Like I said, I got into this late in the game. I haven't gotten around to it. I think like the only Switch games I own that I've played through to completion are Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Legends Arceus, and Tropical Freeze. I think that's legit it.
The ones I've played in completion, Mario Odyssey, Smash and Animal Crossing were the two games I played the most on the system. Like Smash being number one because
yeah, of course.
But like Animal Crossing was interesting because I think at any other time in history, like if you gave it to me right now and I never played it, I would not have put as many hours into it as I did when it was new, because like much like anybody who bought the game when it was new, the pandemic happened, so everyone was inside, so I put like hundreds of hours into it, and it was really comforting.
Yeah,
but
it's lightning in a bottle stuff, but I wouldn't know about it because I bought Doom that day. Don't regret it. I need to replay Doom. I need to replay Doom before Dark Ages comes out, because I will be hopping in on that. Probably through Game Pass, because at this point I need to maybe start selling some feet pics to afford that console. Speaking of, I do want to point some attention to my new donation goal, because we stopped raising money for charity. I figured 2 months was good. Thank you to anyone that did participate to that, by the way. Hopefully I can do more stuff like that. But yeah, if you take a look at my new donation goal, and I'm planning the description's on my coffee, but I'm planning a little summer staycation. There may or may not be a woman involved, so yeah, consider throwing me a few dollars. I want to come know. When I say that there's a lady involved, I mean like moderate romantic possibilities. Maybe.
Woo!
So
this stream is sponsored by Love.
I mean, I'm gonna try and make it happen anyway, but just like I figured, why not? Maybe I can use my platform to be selfish for once. If it wasn't this, it'd definitely be raising money for a Switch 2, which I don't know, maybe I'll do that on my birthday or something. Just any money on my birthday will go towards a Switch 2.
This time it's personal.
Yes. But yeah, the prices, as far as the prices are concerned, just like I said, do what you think is best as a personal consumer. If you want it, you'll buy it, regardless of what they charge for it. I should know. I collect old games, and it's just like, ugh. So
I'm gonna definitely wait for it.
Finally asking you out. No, I'm sorry. Read this. I'm sorry. This is how I break it to you. I might try and get it day one, but that's only because of a game that was announced, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, the one I very much want which we'll probably also get to later, is really good, but I know it's going to be around. And I also just got a Steam Deck, actually.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. How's that been treating you?
It's amazing. I didn't pay for it. I traded some stuff I had for it, but I really like it. It's an emulation dream, totally legally, I may add. Legally, very legally.
Legally ambiguous.
But this thing runs anything you throw at it. It's pretty much a mini computer.
Nice.
Feels incredible. Like, I've never had Mario 64 feel that good, even when I played it on Switch.
That's funny. That's actually really funny. Maybe Switch 2 will handle Mario 64. But anyway, that's really the only point of contention I had. So how about that Mario Kart? Well, I mean, we were talking about it. Like, I didn't play Mario Kart 8. But I mean, considering that this is a launch title for the Switch 2, it's like they knew what they were doing. And I mean, to be fair, it looks great. It's like it does one thing that I've wanted from Mario Kart for the longest time, which is there's other things to do besides racing. Like, even if it is just like fooling around in free roam, like maybe there'll be more content. Maybe they're hiding stuff from us, but just like I never understood why Mario Kart was just racing. Like we've done better than this. Like we've had kart races with content in them since the 90s with like Diddy Kong and CTR. I think even some of the Sonic racing games had other things to do. Like Riders had a story.
As someone who loves free roaming in games that involve cars and never likes to do like racing stuff, I absolutely welcome the idea of Mario Kart free roam. Like, not to say I don't play Mario Kart for the races, of course I do, but like the mechanics are too good to just be for racing.
Right? Plus it's like, you know, all the other stuff, like we got cosmetics, like the girlies were slaying, I will not lie. And we have like more characters than we can count. You can race as the freaking cow from Moo Moo Meadows. People were losing their minds over that, and I love that.
Hero drifting with cow.
Yes.
I like the penguin. Is it the penguin from Cool Cool Mountain?
Yes, you can race as the penguin. You can race as the freaking. I think there was freaking Cataquax from Sunshine.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah, it's crazy. I will exclusively just drive around, just like I do in Need for Speed, and that's valid. Like people were saying, you know, free roam you could do like hide and seek games with that. That's really interesting. It's like other things. Like there's other things to do in a Mario Kart game, which I've wanted since forever. I think that's why DS is one of my favorites, because DS at least has those freaking missions you can do.
Yeah, you just vibe. Like, I think that's the thing, is a lot of, especially modern games, really underestimate the power of the vibe.
Right?
Like, one of my favorite, sometimes, as much as I love, like, cozy games, like Story of Seasons, like, sometimes I wish the clock would just stop for 5 minutes so I could just, like, relax and talk to people and vibe. Like, I know, like, oh, well, you can do that with the clock ticking, but, like, with the clock ticking, it feels like I have to do events and everything to, or else face the wrath of 5 days. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the grind at times. Like, I really like, I'm really excited for the new Story of Seasons game, and I really liked the remake of Mineral Town. I tried doing a grind set run, and wow, was it boring. Running a wife is not fun, friends.
Dang. You heard it here for a speedrunning marriage will ruin your life. But yeah, I mean, Mario Kart World looks great. It's a launch title, so I mean, it's gonna sell like gangbusters. I mean, it's the only affordable way to get it is through that bundle. So I mean, Nintendo knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't think $450 is the worst price for a system, because wasn't the PS5, didn't that launch at $600?
Yes. $599 US. Well, actually, I think it was $600.
Which is still insane.
I mean,
it's still insane.
It's funny how Sony still has the record for most expensive consoles, at least in modern day. We're not going to talk about like how, you know, the 3DO is like, what, $1,000 when it first launched?
That and the Philips CDI was also super expensive.
We don't talk about the CDI.
It's bad.
It sure is. Oh yeah, I forgot, because I'm a bad content creator. Oh, watch my new YouTube video. I spent way too long for the purposes of an April Fool's jokes. Please, validate me.
All I did was change my name to pretty much be like Liquid Rally.
Yeah, it wasn't really much of an April Fool's move, but I mean, I made a 17-minute video about Bubsy the frickin' Bobcat, so I mean, don't say I never put effort in anything.
Oh, peak.
Sure. Let's go with that. I'm gonna try and have another video out by the end of the month. I want it to be mascot related, but it's like I'm not quite sure. I was
speaking of mascots.
Oh, go on.
Sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of mascots, I'm really hoping Nintendo actually gives us something new for a mascot this generation.
A new like, mascot, a new IP, and a new mascot for Nintendo seems like very unlikely, because it's like they're basically the kings of that department. It's like, even if they didn't have anyone besides Mario, it's like they'd be set for life. It'd be nice to see, but yeah. What else was
give me more Astrobot.
Yeah, that'd be nice too. Nintendo made their own Discord. That's cool, I guess, assuming it functions properly. Not really much else to say.
It's gonna function like the stream when it froze earlier and everything went out of sync.
Bring back the Mii's. I mean, we're getting a new Tamagotchi life. That's the closest you're gonna get, I feel.
And it's gay now. Now it's actually good. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, is it actually?
Yeah, no, it's the two girls with each other. I believe it's heavily implied they're gonna let you be gay.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Mii's are allowed to be gay.
We finally speak. The Yuri scene has been going crazy over those two Mii's.
Nice. Well, I mean, they went over the hardware and stuff. I mean, we got 8 times the storage, which is nice. I can transfer all my stuff from my original Switch, which is nice. A lot of backwards compatibility stuff that honestly would have been a deal breaker if that wasn't there.
Asterisk, not every game will be compatible.
I feel like most of the important ones will.
Yeah, all the ones that aren't are pretty much third-party games. A lot of shovelware.
Yeah, let the boys kiss. That's what I'm saying. Where's the? Which one is boy on boy? Is it Yuri or Yaoi? I keep getting it mixed up. Okay. Fake fan. I can't tell the difference. This dock has a built-in Ethernet port. Thank God. I was actually like pogging over that. Like finally, I can hook up to wired like it was meant to be.
Oh right, the original Switch doesn't have an Ethernet port, does it?
Nope, only the OLED, which I don't have.
Oh right, I had an OLED because yeah. So I had a Switch and then I traded it up for an OLED. And then I got bored and then sold it to get Godzilla on PS4, and everyone made fun of me for it. But you know what? I'm the one who has the last laugh because I have Godzilla on PS4.
Dang, you need a terabyte micro SD? I don't even think I could use a terabyte on a Switch. Like actually, but I mean,
I need one for my Steam Deck at some point.
I mean, there's an option, so it's available to you. But yeah, I mean, hardware-wise, it looks good. Just like I hope my Joy-Cons don't drip because they're even more expensive. They have magnets, which thank God. I don't know why we didn't use magnets before.
But how do they work?
Exactly. Wasn't Godzilla PS4 absolutely terrible? It was.
Yes, but you need to understand something. I like garbage.
Yeah. My friend here, she's obsessed with Godzilla. Is it fair to call it an obsession?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like the Godzilla kid.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you have to support trash for the obsession. I mean, I mean it's not a trash game. At least I don't think so anymore. I own 2 copies of Nuts and Bolts. That's how dedicated I am.
I'm also a Godzilla PS4 defender. Like, I think the game's a lot better than people give it credit for.
Fair enough.
There are many worse Godzilla games. I can name like 5 more off the top of my head. Number 1 is definitely Godzilla Unleashed Double Smash on the DS. That game is genuinely unplayable.
Right. What did they get to after the hardware? I'm trying to think. I'm literally going off on memory.
Didn't we go to the third part, like the third party developers?
Oh yeah, there were tons of third-party developers, but I mean, everyone and their mother would have wanted their games on Switch too. If anything, I'm surprised that some of the games that they were set on the Switch 2 would have exploded if they put them on the Switch. But that does remind me of what came next. They had the Switch 2 expansions, which I mean, good. Just like, I wouldn't have expected some of the games to get like actual DLC, but the fact that they're like making separate editions and then patching other games to run better on Switch 2 is great. Like, finally, I can play Scarlet and Violet at a consistent frame rate.
Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 on Switch using the mouse a lot. Yeah, Scarlet Violet consistent frame rate with the new Switch.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Scarlet and Violet's getting patched for the Switch 2, and then Legend ZA is just getting a Switch 2 version.
I'm so glad to hear I'll be able to actually play Scarlet and Violet for once.
Same. Well, I mean, I played it before, but it won't give me a headache this time.
Yeah. God.
I can actually probably play through Scarlet Violet in full for the first time because I only consumed the Yuri, and I will be doing a Rika cosplay at some point.
Yes. You still have that Clodsire, I got you, right?
Of course I do.
Good.
I'm happy you allowed me to acquire the sire.
Yeah, that was a great find. Glad I got it. But yeah, it's like Mario Party is getting a DLC. Kirby and the Forgotten Land's getting DLC. That surprised me the most. Metroid Prime 4 with mouse controls, even though I probably won't play it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Though I'm still a PS5 player of that.
Yeah, I think there's a list of all the games, the Switch 1 games that are getting patched to run better on Switch 2. Kirby Air Riders, yeah, I couldn't believe that either. We'll get to that. I'm trying to go in order best I can. But
that was my favorite announcement.
But yeah, I think after the Switch 2 stuff, they went over like, third-party game, which again, everyone and their mother wants the games on Switch 2. The fact that we can even run Elden Ring on a Switch is mind-boggling to me.
The first announcement of Super Robot Wars Y, which is my other most hyped game. For those who are like, wait a minute, I remember seeing Super Robot Wars Y during the stream. It's because they only streamed it on the Japan Direct when that happened. The one before this one. It was a surprise to everybody because we didn't know there was going to be a new Super Robot Wars game. It makes sense because now there's 30, and you can get 30 on Steam right now. Buy it. Do you like robots? Buy it. But they're also hinting at a US or / international release for 30, or not 30, Y, which will be cool because the other games VX and T before 30 didn't get US releases. They only got Asian releases. You can play them in English, but not officially in the US, unless you import them.
One day I'll play a Super Robot Wars game and invite you over for that.
Honestly, if I had to recommend one to start with for you, I'd say T, because it probably is the most amount of series you'd like. Like, it has G Gundam. It has G Gundam. It has Cowboy Bebop.
Speaking of G Gundam.
Speaking of, G Gundam is coming back for Y. So far, the two official announcements for Gundam are Witch from Mercury Season 1, which is a newcomer, which I'm really excited for, and then G Gundam. Possibly Gundam Wing. We saw a thumbnail on the PS4 /PS5 announcement trailer that had Wing's 30th anniversary. That's not been confirmed yet, though. So
nice.
Grain of salt.
Let's see. What was after all the third-party stuff? GameCube stuff. Very, very pog. Very pog indeed. I mean,
finally, Nintendo's discovered Dolphin.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully it'll run decently. So I mean, the starting games for GameCube service were kind of small. It's like we only got Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX, which both Soul Cal and F-Zero were surprises to say the least. But I mean,
agreed.
What were the things they said were coming later? We're getting Sunshine, of course. We got both Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. We got Path of Radiance. Scalpers are in shambles with that one.
Exactly.
Like, there's no reason that game should cost like several hundred. We got Luigi's Mansion, Chibi Robo, Strikers, and I mean, we'll get more stuff down the line. It's like, personally, if I had to pick a game I want, well, besides Melee, but that might be a fat chance of that happening, give me Star Fox Assault, like, honestly.
Give me OG Kirby Air Ride so we can have both.
God, you're already getting a new game, like, geez.
City Trial all day, every day.
Yeah, but City Trial 2.
I know Shin City Trial is gonna be amazing. Plus online.
That too. It's gonna be online. Like, amazing. But yeah, GameCube stuff is cool. It's like I hope and pray they put Melee on it. Like, they would literally just break the internet if they did. But I mean, we know how Nintendo feels about Melee and Melee players.
Cubivore for GameCube Online.
Custom Robo.
Oh, Custom Robo's peak.
I've never played it. I just know people like it.
Really good.
Maybe I'll check it out one day. Only if we don't get a Smash follow-up. I doubt we're gonna get a Smash game for Switch 2. Like, honestly. Considering that Air Riders is the project that Sakurai's been working on, it's like, I don't think he's gonna do two things back to back. Bro just wanted to see his son and then he'll probably dip. But I mean, he's a workaholic. He's not gonna stop developing until he's legit dead. Which, I mean, if that's what he wants, good for him. God, what else did they put? What else did they put on? I mean, there was a bunch of other cool third-party stuff like Yakuza 0, Street Fighter 6 on Switch with amiibos. I'm surprised they remembered amiibos exist.
Give me a Chun-Li amiibo or I riot.
I don't think they're gonna do all the Street Fighter characters. I think it's just like the New Blood or the main New Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we got a new FromSoft IP, which is Bloodborne, except not actually. Legally distinct Bloodborne, which is a Switch 2 exclusive, mind you. Like, Sony was really slacking that hard. I'm not a FromSoft guy. Like, literally the only Souls-like I've touched is Elden Ring, and even then I dropped it after a couple hours because I crashed in the middle of a boss fight. But I'm glad for them.
Too much of a puzzle game gal to play Souls games.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. Maybe one day I'll get back into Elden Ring, but not anytime soon. But I mean, after that we got actual Peak with an Air Ride sequel, which is something I never would have considered to happen.
Genuinely had a Marvel moment. Like, I was screaming. I was like, oh, it's Kirby. That's really cute. Are they just gonna like port Smash or something? And then all of a sudden I see that one exhaust pop out of the Warp Star. And I'm like, nope, Peak's returned.
Yeah, and the fact that this was what Sakurai was working on is like, bro just went back to see his son and direct a new game. Like, I think the last Kirby game Sakurai was involved with was the first Air Ride, which was decades ago.
Preacher could tell you how obsessed with Kirby Air Ride I am.
Yeah, she is very.
Unironically, my favorite GameCube game, like bar none. I love it so much.
I appreciate Air Ride. It's like, I was a Double Dash kid, but I still own a physical copy of Air Ride. It's great for parties. Like, it is very great for parties. It's not like the greatest racing game, but it's up there. It's a vibe.
Even as a single player experience, it's just City Trial I know is one thing too, but like even the races themselves are not as like bad as people say they are. I enjoy them, but like yeah, City Trial is peak. You can't really top perfection, but like also it's fun to just do stuff like get stuff off the checklist and unlock more stuff for your vehicles. It's just like a good time.
Yeah, like there's stuff to do even if you don't have friends. But the
I
fact that
remember,
it's coming back is just wild.
I remember I had a copy of Game Informer when I was a kid. It was like one of the only gaming magazines I ever owned. It was like one issue, and I opened it up, and I remember seeing the review for Air Ride, and this person just absolutely hated it. And it was my first exposure to the fact that Kirby Air Ride existed. And I was like, wow, this game probably sucked. And then I get a copy of it, and it's my favorite thing ever.
Well, I mean, it's mainly just because the game isn't that deep. Like, Sakurai designed it to, well, essentially be played with one button, but that's like That's like Kirby's whole philosophy. It's like he designed the first Kirby game, being Dreamland, to be essentially played with 1 or 2 buttons on the Game Boy. It's like Kirby's not meant to be deep. That's the whole point. But that doesn't mean it's not quality.
Yeah, if I ever see Kirby games get more complex, I'd probably start to dislike it. Because, yeah, I used to play Dreamland all the time on my Game Boy. Because, you know, you and I are pretty much born around the same time.
Yeah,
and like,
we're in the same era. By the way, Ved, you didn't have to do that, but thank you for gifting a sub to Reed. I appreciate it. I'm sure he does too. Go on.
I would often find games for really cheap when I was getting into retro stuff. So, one of the first games I got when I started collecting for Game Boy again was Kirby's Dream Land, and I just played it over and over and over and over and over. And like it's so wonderful with its simplicity. And that's what I've always loved about Kirby. He's just a little guy.
I walk in to hear someone disrespecting our Pink Eldritch God. No, we are both Kirby lovers in this house. Everyone should be a Kirby lover in this house. We're talking about how, well, people were dissing Air Ride when it first came out, which I mean, they were. I remember that.
Yeah, people hated Air Ride when it was new, and like I love it. Well, that's what I was saying is I was talking about that I had a copy of Game Informer where someone like hated the game, and that was my first exposure to it. But then when I finally got around to playing it, it became like my favorite game ever for a while. Like it was my hyper focus. I borrowed it from a friend, and I just would not give it back. I kept playing it. Like,
yeah,
I just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like if you want a more complex or deeper racing game, I mean, like Double Dash is right there, but I mean, there's a reason I still have my physical copy of Air Ride. Like, it's a fun game, and I'm sure Air Riders will be great, especially with Sakurai handling the wheel. It will never disappoint us. So.
It was between that or like a new Kid Icarus game that would have like sold the Switch 2 for me, and like this is definitely the thing. 'Cause at first I was like, oh, everything here so far is just okay. I could either like get this on my Steam Deck or play this elsewhere. But then Air Ride 2 comes into play, and I'm just like,
listen.
Oh, okay, this is targeted.
Listen, a Kid Icarus game with those mouse controls would go pretty hard. You want to know what else would go really hard with those mouse controls? Give me a new Star Fox game, please. I'm begging. I will get on my knees. If we get a Star Fox game with mouse controls, like, it's over. I will feel completely justified.
Didn't
Please.
we, wasn't the last one,
Zero, like, on the Wii U, and it sold terribly because of the control scheme.
What was the game that, that was on the Wii U / not the other one?
Guard?
I think
like the spin-off game with Zero?
Yeah, I think it was the spin-off game.
Yeah, we don't. It's just I just want a new Star Fox game. It's like I want to do a video on Star Fox one day, because like I've never encountered a game franchise where it peaked so early and it never got better. Like, we have not surpassed Star Fox 64 in decades. The only time we came close with it was Assault, and we never tried again.
I lost my mind when the SNES Online announced Star Fox 2. Like, they were just like, yeah, we care about unreleased games now, and they just dumped it, and I'm like, this is awesome.
I've yet to play it, but I have to one day.
It's really good.
There's a lot of things I have to play. But
besides 64, it's my second favorite. Like, I it's kind of fighting 64 to me, if I'm being brutally honest. Like, it's really good.
Dang, that's very high praise. But anyway, besides Air Riders, I did skip over a couple of other things that were important. Deltarune, 2 new episodes for people who care. I'm not one of those people, but I'm happy for you. We got 5 seconds of Silk Song for you believers out there. I've still yet to play Hollow Knight 2.
I still need to finish Hollow Knight 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 is in, like, as well. But Hades 2 on Switch. I kind of expected that, though. I need to play more Hades 2. I might do that this weekend, because I haven't touched it since they updated it.
Yeah, just beat Hades 1, which was amazing. It's really, really good. I highly recommend.
Well, yeah, I have Hades, and I have Hades 2. I've just been
I need to go 2.
I've just been so Slay the Spire pilled recently because I'm prepping for Slay the Spire 2, which I'm also looking forward to. Can't believe they did a small preview Silk Song like it was nothing. Listen, it wasn't about them. It was about Nintendo this time.
I was gonna say it was sad to not see any Super Robot Wars Y footage, but I got 2 trailers. I should be happy. Like, they did the one they dropped during the Direct, and then one they put on the channel outside of it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the last announcement of the Direct, which was my personal highlight. We finally got a new Donkey Kong game. A new 3D Donkey Kong game at that. It's been 26 years since we had a 3D Donkey Kong title. The only one he's ever had to his name was DK64, and y'all know how I feel about that, but just like, DK Bonanza looks amazing, and it's the main reason why I would consider buying this console day one, even though it comes out a month after its release. But still, I want to experience it because like I've been waiting. Like I said, it's been 26 years since DK64, and even then it's been like over a decade since we got another DK game in Tropical Freeze.
It feels very much like they're solidifying DK's character too at this point. He's very like himbo-y, and I love that.
No, like I was kind of with the crowd saying like the new redesign isn't really meshing with me, because I mean like the original Rare design is like kind of iconic to me, but it's like I don't hate this, but at the same time I don't like this. I did a complete turnaround with this trailer. Like I love how expressive DK looks. And I'm also kind of digging the overalls too, which is weird to say.
Yeah, I really like him. I've always been a fan of like classic DK. I like the original arcade game and like Donkey Kong Jr. and all that. And I think this is like a perfect mesh of like that and 64 era. Just like it's just retro
no, it's
enough.
Like the thing is though, I was watching people's reactions to it, and people were seriously thinking it was a Banjo game. Like that's how you know it is kind of Rareware code, because even then it's like you see things, there were like things in that trailer just straight up had googly eyes on it. It's like, wow, they understand the assignment. Plus, I mean, they had like, you know, 2D sections that were literally just ripped out of Donkey Kong Country. And I mean,
and I was more expressive.
Yeah, I love his expressions, and I mean, it's clearly being made by the Odyssey team, and it's like they're 2 for 2 at this point, because even though I haven't played Mario Odyssey, I respect it as a game. It's very good, and depending on how I'm just gonna say it right here, like depending on how I feel about Bonanza when I play it for myself, I'd probably go as far as say that I would maybe trust the Odyssey team with doing a Banjo game. It's probably never gonna happen, but it's like, if I could maybe trust one dev team to pull it off, it'd probably be them.
I genuinely, when I first saw the visuals, like pre-DK popping up, I thought it was going to be an Odyssey sequel, because I was like, oh, all these lands with these little like rock people, and I was like, oh, okay, this is very like Mario Odyssey coded, because like every little thing like moves around, has eyes, and then I see DK, and I'm like, oh, okay.
New Banjo 2028, I would like to think. I mean, personally speaking, I think now is like the best time it could possibly happen, because I mean, Astrobot won Game of the Year, Donkey Kong is coming back for a new 3D title after 2.5 decades. It's like literally Sony's got their mascot, Nintendo's got one of theirs. I'm sure we'll get a Mario game sometime down the line. Just like the ball's in Xbox's court, but they're not doing anything. Like, yeah, no, the Xbox isn't doing anything, or at least nothing of note.
I don't even remember the whole time I talked about Xbox. I don't even know anyone who owns an Xbox at this point.
The last Xbox thing I touched was Hi-Fi Rush, and I mean, the next Xbox thing I'm going to touch is Doom: The Dark Ages, but I mean, that's Doom. That's like separate. I don't consider that like an Xbox thing. I feel like Nintendo's focusing on hardcore nostalgia for Switch 2. When are they not? To be fair, like when is Nintendo not like you buy a Nintendo console for the first party stuff, like first and foremost.
I say I agree and disagree with that, because the thing about like Air Ride is really what's throwing everything into a wrench for me, because you could say people have nostalgia for Air Ride, but even then, I think it's more because it started getting a cult following over time.
Yeah, like I mean, we did get some popular stuff, like, you know, Donkey Kong coming back, all that stuff, and I mean, with the nostalgia, like, yeah, I mean, we're getting GameCube titles and all that, but it's like Nintendo's kind of sending the Switch off and phasing into the new Switch with some out there titles. Like we're getting a new Kirby Air Ride of all things. Like we're getting a new Rhythm Heaven. We're getting a new Tamagotchi. Like these are like the franchises they keep in the closet.
It's really weird.
Spin-offs that haven't been seen in like literal decades.
Well, also think about it. Isn't this the first Nintendo console in a minute since the GameCube, honestly, I think, to not launch with a Mario game, or to launch without a Mario game?
Yeah, like we don't have a mainline Mario game, because was Odyssey a launch title for the first Switch?
Not like at launch, but it was pretty early.
Yeah, it was early into its lifespan. It wasn't like you said, a GameCube situation where we got Luigi's Mansion and we didn't get Sunshine till like way later.
People were pissed when Luigi's Mansion happened too. Like the GameCube is looked on very fondly now, and it's an amazing system. I mean, it's one of my first systems.
I think the GameCube has like the most revisionist history out of any console that's ever existed. Because half the games that came out for the GameCube, people hated. Like people hated Luigi's Mansion. People hated Wind Waker. God, people hated Wind Waker. And now people are begging. Now people are begging for it on the HD port.
It didn't help that the concept trailer that they showed off for the GameCube was like a more serious and gritty Zelda, and then Wind Waker shows up and everyone's like, "This is the worst game ever made." Yeah, and then now years later, it's like, "This is the best game ever made."
But yeah, like people hated Air Ride. I feel like people hated Coliseum and Gale of Darkness when they first dropped too. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think actually that one's more in reverse. I think that one was people really liked it when it came out, and now people are kind of getting sick of it.
I mean, I personally don't like either of the games, but that's me. And I mean, I'm happy for the people who like it, but it's just like, I'm not a double battles guy. I was always a singles girly. Plus, like, for a game whose tagline at the time was "gotta catch 'em all," the fact that you're limited to catching like 20 or 30 out of the 300 of them was not fun. And then like out of those 30 you could catch like 80% of them you wouldn't even care about. Gale of Darkness got terrible reviews back then as well. See, I wasn't crazy. But yeah, people really had to come around with the GameCube.
No, they really did. I only got to play things that weren't GameCube at other friends' houses, and like I had a lot of third-party stuff with the GameCube growing up. Like my first Mario game that I ever personally owned was Galaxy. I would always play Sunshine at like the McDonald's GameCube kiosk, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah, we used to be a proper country.
Yeah, no, GameCube nostalgia right now is at an all-time high. Like
Seriously.
I think for Switch 1 it was very N64 generation. Now it's full GameCube.
Yeah, we still don't have Diddy Kong Racing on the Nintendo 64 Switch service, by the way. That's literally like the only rare game they're missing, or the only important one.
I wonder if it's like, I know it sounds weird, but maybe it's still like a rights issue thing with Rare.
But we have literally everything else. We have what rare games do we? I think it's literally just Diddy Kong Racing we're missing. Like we have freaking Battletoads on the SNES. We have Killer Instinct. We have Jet Force Gemini, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Kazooie, and Tooie.
Perfect Dark Zero?
No. Well, I mean that's 360, but even I wouldn't want it. We can keep Perfect Dark Zero in the trash.
It's garbage. Do we have RC Pro-Am on the NES one? Because I think that was like a really early one too, wasn't it?
I think we have. Wasn't there a SNES version of that, like Super RC Pro-Am or something?
Check that. It's a good question.
Get it back to me with that. I think it's because retro gaming is now cool, with retro meaning 2000s. Well, I mean, nostalgia kind of comes in waves. It's like, you know, people were nostalgic for like the SNES and the Genesis at one point. Then the next generation became nostalgic with the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation, because that's what we grew up with, which is our generation. And now you have all the Zoomers who were nostalgic for the GameCube and the PS2, and now it's their turn.
The Super RC Pro-Am is actually on the Game Boy.
Huh. Weird.
Which is weird. It's easy to confuse because that's Super in the title.
Well, the point is we have most of the important rare games on the Switch service. We're just missing a couple key standouts. And if anything, now that the GameCube's a factor, we can get a couple more, because Star Fox Adventures is a possibility. I don't even like Star Fox Adventures that much.
Give me Star Wars Rogue Leader. That's my favorite. And Rebel Strike. Rebel Strike's peak.
Oh yeah, Rogue Leader would go hard, like, actually.
Is Super Star Wars on the SNES service? I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either, but then again, I don't think LucasArts would give that up.
Well, it's weird because the Super Star Wars is on the Sony store.
Oh yeah, we don't have Rogue Squadron either. Not sure why, but again, that's Lucas or, well, Disney these days, I guess.
Yeah, because LucasArts
give it up.
Super dead.
What about Star Fox Assault? Star Fox Assault is my most wanted game on the GameCube service. It's not made by Rare though. That's what we were on about. Star Fox Adventures was a Rare game. Assault was not. I forget who developed Assault.
Was it in-house at Nintendo or is it somebody else?
I think it was somebody else. Don't we have Rogue Squadron? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Fact check me on this.
Let me check. So Star Fox Assault was developed by Namco.
Oh. Well, dang. Hey, Bandai, you want to come back? They won't, but one could ask.
Well, Bandai's pretty buddy-buddy with Nintendo. I mean, as I said, we're getting Super Robot Wars Y on the Switch.
Yeah.
N64 Online.
But yeah, I don't remember seeing Rogue Squadron. I would have
played
it at least once.
Okay, I see it on Nintendo's website, but Star Wars, Rogue Squadron, N64, Switch.
I'm tempted to just grab my Switch and look. You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Apparently it says no. There are people who've been asking whether or not it's actually going to happen at some point.
Okay, I have my Switch. Let me boot this up real quick. But yeah, it's like, all in all, like, the Direct was a 20 out of 10. It's like Nintendo, I think it's no exaggeration to say, like, they made history. They had their Kendrick moment today, and they deserved it. The prices are, like I said, the only point of contention I have is, like, you know, like I said, if you want it, you'll buy it. And if you can't swing it or are upset about it, that's completely valid.
And also, like, there's, you know, I just, much like the PS5, I just say wait for the secondhand market to, like, the prices to go down and stuff to just become more available, you know.
That too, like, please feel no shame in buying used. It's basically how I own, like, half the games I do.
Same. Like, you know, and not everyone's going to be able to afford it.
Plus, I mean, people also have to remember that we as gamers are the minority. Like, we're the minority when it comes to their sales numbers. Like, Nintendo's mainly concerned about all the little Timmies and the Susies of the world that are gonna beg their parents for this day one, and they'll buy it no questions asked.
Yep.
Also, I looked at the N64 library. There is no Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but it wouldn't, like, surprise me, because, yeah, Rogue Squadron is very much, like, a game tied to the N64's legacy.
I mean, it is one of the better third-party games on it.
Oh, I agree.
Like,
I love it.
I mean, unless you're like me and you respect Peak being Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
I was gonna say, any Battle for Naboo fans here?
No. Because
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's not Rogue Squadron or pod racing. Because I mean,
Yeah, Racers too.
pod racing is cool, and you will never convince me otherwise.
Has anyone have you ever played the arcade game that lets you sit in like a pod racer-esque thing?
Yes.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah, it's insanely fun. If you ever come here, I gotta take you to Galloping Ghost. Like honestly,
Galloping Ghost, I've been there.
well, I gotta take you again.
Oh, I'll never say no. I played the hell out of their Star Wars arcade machine, the big Sega one, the one I used to play as a kid.
Yeah.
It had hardcore burn-in though. I think it probably still does. They leave that thing on all the time, and it was not an OLED screen. It was like a weird rear projection screen, I think.
Yeah,
But
that's where I was able to play the arcade version of Battletoads because I'm a freak like that.
I also played all the Laserdisc games. I played Cliffhanger and like Space Ace and Dragon's Lair, and they had like actual Laserdisc games running, and I'm like, I love you.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Listen, if any of you are ever in the area, I will take you. Like no questions asked. Y'all have to cover the door fee, but I got you.
I think the only one I wanted to play that was out of service at the moment was the Sonic arcade game. Sonic the Fighters is up, but
Sega Sonic
is not.
Sega
Sonic is out.
That game is weird.
I love it.
I'm coming tomorrow. No, you're not. No, you're not. You would have told me about it.
I'll see if I can swing something over the summer.
I mean, don't feel obligated, but like, I'll definitely have plans for us if you are in town.
Oh, I'd love to.
But yeah, it's like Switch 2 is great. I might have to start selling feed pics or do a fundraiser or something because $500 in 2 months is a tall ask.
No, I agree. In this economy,
Yeah, which is going to get worse, but I don't want to bring the vibes down.
no, super agree.
How do you place tariffs on uninhabited territories though? I just find that funny.
Crazy people.
Indeed. But I don't know. There are things to be happy about, and it's not all bad.
I'm not gonna shut up about Super Robot Wars. Why? My Hyper Focus franchise is coming back after a few years.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on mine. It's been what's 2008 minus 2025, 17 years, I think. If my math's
Something like
correct. Yeah, I'm 17 years and counting. But I did get a new Donkey Kong game, and I can be happy about that.
I got it right in Super Robot Wars. I'm not gonna say no.
I need you to do something over there, Phil. Like, if Rare doesn't want to do it, give it to someone who does.
Give it to the ukulele people, even.
They're busy remaking Ukulele.
Oh right.
They're making Yuka Replay, which I am going to be playing.
Pretty title.
Which, funny enough, I never finished the original Ukulele either. I need to do that before the remake comes out.
Also, like, can we talk about how weird it is that like a game will be like 3 or 4 years old, and then they'll say, "All right, let's remake it."
Well, in Ukulele's case, I get it, because like the first game, its heart was in the right place, but everything else kind of wasn't.
It's so liquid mid.
So I know I haven't finished Ukulele, but the most I can say about it is that it takes all the good parts about Kazooie, but it doesn't fix or remedy any of the bad parts of Tooie, or in some cases DK64, and you never want to go full DK64. And considering that I've now 100% Banjo-Tooie, I feel way more confident in saying that. Like, you have to take all the good stuff without bloating it up, which they didn't do. But it looks like they're fixing it for the remake, so I mean, I'm optimistic. I want Ukulele to succeed because, you know, it's the closest I'm going to get to a Banjo title, and I mean, Impossible Lair is a genuinely good game, even if it's 2D instead of 3D. So it's like, they know what they're doing, they just need to, like, iron out the kinks.
I agree, Reed. Patapom's gonna go hard. I'm happy we got PSP on Nintendo era.
I have no idea how they got Patapon on the Switch. Like, it's legit just a Sony franchise. Like, what?
Nintendo and Sony are interesting together.
Well, I mean, Sony has their head up their own butts 90% of the time, so it's surprising when they're willing to like play ball with anything.
If PSP games are on the table, like, will we get stuff like Loco Roco on Switch?
Maybe. I mean, it has the gyro controls for it.
New Parappa the Rapper on Switch?
Let's not get wild now.
Parappa 3.
I don't think they're giving up Parappa anytime soon.
Parappa 3.
But I mean, it would be cool. But we don't get games like that anymore. Just straight up.
I miss Goober games. Like, Astrobot's the closest I have seen to like a genuine, like, what I mean by Goober games is like you look at that, like you look at the art and go, oh, look at Goober, look at the little guy.
I think Astrobot was like a good cultural shift. Like, 3D platformers weren't necessarily dead, but they weren't in the spotlight like they were in the 90s. But then, Astrobot came along and basically showed people like, hey, people still care about this genre, and if anything, winning Game of the Year showed that a lot of people still care about this genre. And now more of them just seem to be popping up. Like, we got a Croc remaster today. I know it was kind of overshadowed with everything else, but yeah, that dropped today. I was thinking of picking it up actually.
I don't know if it's good because like Croc is.
They got rid of the tank controls. That's good enough for me.
That would be getting me to go back to the Evil Dead PS1 games if they fix the tank controls, because that's the only thing that takes me away from replaying them. Also, Reed, don't you know, the PlayStation Portal is the PlayStation Sony handheld.
Yeah, well, no, Sony's not making a new portable console. Xbox is making a handheld, which feels like the most 10 years too late thing I've ever heard of.
I love that everything wants to participate against the Steam Deck now.
Yeah,
like,
because it made gangbusters money. But again, it's 10 years too late. Because like I remember when they asked Xbox if they'd make a handheld when the DS came out. It's like, we're not interested in that market. We don't see the DS as a competition to our overall sales. And then the DS sold like hotcakes. I love hubris. So amazing.
So good.
I love this industry that never learns.
I think what was really interesting were the back buttons to the Switch 2, which very much gave me Steam Deck vibes. They also have a GL button. Yes, the girls love button is a thing, and it's wonderful and amazing, and I'm happy it's going to be implemented in Tomodachi Life 2. It's canon. Quote me.
But yeah, Xbox is the one making a new console, which, I mean, good for them. If it's another method in which I can play Banjo, I might have to cop just for that, but I don't even own an Xbox One for that.
Even then, like, whenever we talk about Xbox One together, you just be like, the only game you want for it is Rare Replay, nothing else.
And I stand by that. If I can find an Xbox One for like cheap, and by cheap I mean like $100 or less, maybe I'll pick one up and buy a copy of Rare Replay. But other than that, that's literally the only thing I would use it for. And the thing about that is, like, I own like 60% of the games on Rare Replay in their original hardware. I just want the convenience of it.
It pretty much would be convenience at this point. Like, I have them totally legally obtained on my Steam Deck, and they run great. But like, a one collection would have been really cute, especially when they have things like bonus features and trailers and concept art and things like that. That's what makes the Mega Man collections worth it.
But yeah, just, God, I wish a Rare Replay was on PC, but we can't have nice things. I feel like the only games they'd struggle to put on PC are the 360 titles, and even then.
Isn't it with the Sonic Unleashed code being cracked, they found out you can crack like a ton of different 360 codes now?
Probably. The fact that we got Unleashed running on PC is, well, one, amazing, and two, just a testament to how insane Sonic fans are. But it's like, it's just the fact that that game can run at its actual full potential and be modded to heck and back. Like, Sonic fans are insane.
Chip. Miku, Chip. Miku Chip.
Oh yeah, I saw someone playing with that mod. That was great. But yeah, like Unleashed, it's like Unleashed was what's the phrase I'm looking for? Unleashed was ahead of its time. Like, I'm not the Sonic fan by any means, but I'll stand by that. Like, the fact, even when it was just on the 360, not the 360, the Xbox One with the graphics boost on it, like, looking at Sonic blaze through those daytime stages was eye candy. And now you can do that on a PC with a high-end graphics card. It's glorious.
It's another game that's been, like, defended over the years. Like, when it first came out, everyone hated it. It was like, oh, this is the death of Sonic, and it's the worst thing ever, and I hate the werehog. And nowadays, everyone's like, oh, it's one of the best Sonic games.
I mean, you can point to any game and it will have its defenders. Like, people will defend Bubsy. Like, I wish I was kidding. Like, literally when I played Bubsy 1, someone came in my chat as I was playing through it and tried to say that the game was a misunderstood masterpiece. Like, that's etched into my brain. That's a core memory for me. It's like, really? Are you sure about that?
No, it's not good.
No,
None of the Bubsy games I would ever call good.
No, the best one we got was the first modern game we got, and it's not good. It's just average, like painfully average.
I'm obsessed with Fractured Furry Tales for the Jaguar, but I'm just also obsessed with the fact that there's a Bubsy game on the Jaguar.
I never played it, mainly because I would not know how to get a Jaguar legally or otherwise.
They're so expensive. Jaguars are ridiculous now.
Everyone's always loved the day stages and the Werehogs always suck. I'm seeing people become revisionist on the Werehog without modding it.
Like, Sonic 06 was the internet's punching bag, but Werehog was a close second.
Yeah. And then even then, 06 has its defenders. Well, to be fair though, every Sonic game has its defenders. Like, people will defend 06, people will defend Sonic Boom for some reason. People will defend the storybook games. That one confuses me the most because neither of the story games are good. Like, at least with Sonic and the Black Knight, it's like it's hard carried by rule of cool, but Secret Rings is a mess.
To me, if it wasn't for the motion controls of Secret Rings and the absolute slog that is the tutorial stages, then I would say it's better.
I think
but
it would
no.
still suck even if it had a normal control scheme. But we'll never know.
I don't hate it as much as I do other Sonic games, but it's not good. I'm never gonna say it's good.
Right.
That opening's fire though.
But yeah, no, like, people have been... There's been a lot of revisionist history with Sonic games over the years. With Unleashed coming out, yeah. Heck, people were turning around and saying, like, Generations was overrated when they dropped Sonic X Shadow Generations. Just like, what do you mean?
I love Generations. I played it when it was new.
Generations was one of, like, the few genuinely good Sonic games. And then we just got more good Sonic game with Shadow Generations. Heck, I want to play Shadow Generations. Maybe I'll pick it up on a sale or something.
There are also some games that I think get too much hate that still kind of get hate. I'm gonna say it, and I know people get mad when I say it. I like Sonic R.
Sonic R has its defenders. I'm not one of them.
I like it not because I think it's good, but because that Sonic is so adorable, and I demand a plushie of him.
Yeah,
he has little spatula hands.
I mean, it's the only, like... Well, it's one of the few Sonic renders we have of him on the Saturn. I mean, I know Sonic R also came out on PC, but still...
He's so cute. Like, all the characters in Sonic are like the cutest little things, and I love them. And like that and the music just get me to say, wow, I just love the vibe of this game. If I had this in the 90s as a Saturn owner, I would have hated every second of it. But right now, as it is, I like Sonic R.
There were only like 20 people who owned the Saturns. Like, that console was so dead on arrival.
Bring back low poly Sonic or I Riot.
I mean, maybe one day, or maybe someone will make a fan game based on the Saturn stuff. I mean,
yep,
I don't
Sonic
know.
Extreme.
True, but then again, I also can't speak much. I'm a 3D Blast defender.
Oh, I love 3D Blast. Like, genuinely love that game.
I mean, I enjoy it. I won't say it's good. I couldn't tell you why I enjoy it. I just do.
Didn't the original creator go back and actually fix the game? Or like one of the developers for it, like came back, fixed the game, and like, made like a new version of it?
I think so.
I've heard it's good. Too.
I just want Sonic Riders. Well, I mean, you got Sonic Crossworlds, and that has extreme gear in it, so that's the most you're gonna get. But to be fair, Crossworlds does look like fun. We are getting a lot of racing games in the future. Like we got Sonic Crossworlds, we got Kirby Air Riders, we got a new Mario Kart.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Wow, welcome back 2005.
Right? People are mad about that, but I mean, if you have a soul and enjoy whimsy, it's just like, holy crap, 3 cakes.
Exactly. Like yes, I like Sonic Riders too. Like it's just it's fun. It's silly.
Yeah. But I mean, like the fact that they are bringing the extreme gear back is great. Like, if anything, since we are on the topic of Sonic, I mean, Sonic's like in the best spot he's been in since he was conceived. Like, actually, like he's got successful movies. He's had a string of good games so far. Knock on wood. He's getting a crossover with DC of all things in the comics.
IHOP meal. I actually have a menu from the promotion. I went to it. It was amazing. I had the Shadow chocolate chip pancakes, and it was very worth it.
But yeah, no, Sonic's been killing it. Like, genuinely.
I have my problem with Superstars, but like I don't think it's bad. I just think it is a lot of missed potential.
Mid.
Yeah, it's just mid. Like, it's just perfectly average.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing I could say about a modern Sonic game. So, like a modern Sonic game that isn't bad.
Yeah, we could do far worse. And then, like I said, Sonic X Shadow Generations was gas, so
I need to play it. I've been really wanting to get it, and I keep seeing it drop in price. I think I want to pay the most $30 for it.
Well, I mean, Sonic Generations is still Sonic Generations, which, I mean, Generations is good. But then Shadow Generations is like, I haven't played it myself, but I've watched it a lot. I think it's like, this is like the new standard for 3D Sonic. Like, I say that genuinely. Like,
I'm okay with that.
It's that good.
I think Mania needs to remain the standard for 2D right now, because I think the problem with is that it doesn't have enough Mania identity. Like, because you could say, well, it's still a 2D, yeah, but the thing about Mania is it has sauce. It doesn't just have sauce, it has a whole pasta underneath it. The problem with Superstars is it begins to have a little bit of pasta, and as soon as it kind of starts to give you a bit of the sauce, the game is over.
Yeah, I think Superstars just needed more time in the oven. Like, actually,
They really did need more time.
They had some good ideas, but it's just like, it was just kind of meh when it came out.
I even like the story. Like, I think the story's cute.
It has. I'm not even trying to be snarky with this. It has a plot that isn't just stop Dr. Eggman.
It pretty much is stock Dr. Eggman, but also gives us Trip, and Trip's a little baby. I love Trip.
Okay.
She little baby.
Well, you're not a Fang the Sniper Defender?
I'm a Fang.
Okay, I was mainly kidding, but that's cool.
I was gonna say I like Triple Trouble. Triple Trouble's great.
Yeah, Triple Trouble is good. I need to play the remake they did of it. I have no idea why Sega refuses to make a Chao Garden. I think they just hate the Chao. Like, actually. Like, if they just released a Chao mobile game, like, they'd be swimming in money. Like, actually. People have been literally begging for it for, like, well, decades at this point, because SA2 was decades ago.
Release, like, a Chao, like, Tamagotchi thing.
Right.
The closest I can say to that is like Pooniroons, and if you know what a Pooniroon is, nice.
Just make a mobile game or like a small little indie title for like $20 or something.
Do Chocobo Racing, but with Chows, and just make another racing game so we can have even more cake.
Yeah, like I'm just convinced Sega or Sonic Team hate the Chow because like they're literally just sitting on a gold mine. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like a Chow game would sell like hotcakes.
Super Mega Chow RPG 64.
I mean, I'd be down for another Sonic RPG, a good one this time.
One that functions.
I don't know how BioWare of all people messed up a Sonic RPG, because I mean, Sonic could work in an RPG. If anything, I think Sonic could work in an RPG better than Mario currently does.
Honestly, yeah, like, and Mario RPG is peak.
Yeah, but it's like Sonic, like you have other established characters that could all fit into different roles. It's like, you know, well, I mean, you have Sonic. It's like Tails could be like this. Tails could be like an offensive support. Amy could be a healer or something. Like, the pieces are there. It's just the execution. And like, this is before like BioWare kind of fell off too.
Yeah, they kind of did do that, didn't they?
Well, I mean, the industry is a trash fire. Like, I don't think very few developers are like still in their prime. Most of them are either a fraction of a shadow of their former selves or dead. Most of them dead.
If you want to speak of like a good game that was just released, have you played Anna Dream Barbecue yet?
No, but I've heard people talking about it. What do you even do in it? It looks like you just like walk around.
So as a certified Enna fan, you do walk around. It's very similar to like a point-and-click adventure game, except you're free to move. It's pretty much watch the pretty animations, listen for hints, and grab things. It's reminiscent of good classic PC games. If I had to compare it to anything, think of it like a first-person Grim Fandango.
Point-and-click was never my thing, but I mean, maybe. Isn't it free?
It is free, and I do highly recommend it.
Maybe I'll fool around with it this weekend. Free is free.
I think the only other thing I've played lately on my Steam Deck is this little independent kind of visual novel-y game called One Night Hot Spring. It's really sweet. Content warning. I wouldn't say transphobia because I don't think anyone's outright transphobic in the game, but you play as a girl who like a trans.
Is it one of those woke titles?
If you've watched the Salty DK Dan video about them going through woke games, that is one of them. Super Robot Wars 30 was on there, and I lost my mind because he's like, "What's Super Robot Wars 30?" Me in the corner. I knew why they were gonna say it was because all the filthy casuals have come in and hate on Super Robot Wars because there's one non-binary character. It's me. I'm the non-binary character, but also, it's because there's the series Majestic Prince in there, which is already a bad show in my opinion, and I don't like the way they treat the non-binary character, and like. They were mad there was even a non-binary character in it at all, and I was like, "Wow, you're hating on Majestic Prince for the wrong reasons."
Yeah, that crowd is something. Apparently, going back to the direct, they were calling that new IP Drag X Dive, I think it was called. Apparently, they were calling that woke, because I guess being disabled is considered woke now or something.
Yep, it's anything that isn't like cishet white dude is thrown in the fire. It's like the worst thing ever.
God forbid your legs don't work. Why don't you come over here? I'll give you a chance to experience it firsthand. Grabs bat. For legal polarizes, this is a joke.
ASMR breaking conservatives' legs with a baseball bat. 25 colorized in Minecraft.
I'd watch it. I don't even like ASMR. But no, I was like, when I saw Drag X Drive, I was just like, Wheels. It's the sequel to Arms.
Arms, Wheels.
Which funny enough, Arms is getting a Switch 2 patch. You can play Arms on your Switch 2. It's 120 FPS.
Does anyone even play Arms anymore?
No, but I mean, apparently it sold well. Which, I mean, for a new IP is impressive.
I think the reason it sold really, really well was more because it was a launch title.
Yeah, but I think I think what came around and stole its thunder. I think it was Splatoon, maybe.
Oh, 1, 2, 6. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Splatoon. Yeah, Splatoon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never gonna say no to a new IP because like it's such a rare thing these days. And I mean, ARMS looked fun. It was just, I mean, Nintendo's kind of like the last publisher who still does like you were saying before, Goober games. Like, they're the only people who still put out like anything weird or interesting.
Yeah, I love
Nintendo's trying to make ARMS popular in the West. It feels like they're a bit too late on that. Unless they drop a sequel for the Switch 2, which, I mean, who knows?
I also think of like merchandise for stuff like this, because like what's really strange is you can go to like a Walmart or a Target right now and buy video game toys, like, and not even just weirdly stylized ones that like comic book artists think they look like. No, just you could buy a Mario, you could buy a Samus, you could buy a Link. I have never seen like an ARMS toy.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think that's something you can really market, or at least effectively. But I mean, I'd buy a Min figure or something. I'd buy a Twintel figure.
I'd buy a Twintel figure.
But yeah,
yeah.
Like, I mean, ARMS was cute. Like, I didn't play it. It didn't really speak to me, but like I said, it's a new IP. I respect it, and it did good. But I mean, in this day and age, good isn't good enough, and I hate that.
It's honestly what sucks.
If anything, that's the main reason we don't get goober games or weird stuff anymore, because good isn't good enough. If it's not a mega smash hit, it's a failure. And even if it is a mega smash hit, it's still considered a failure.
Yeah, wasn't like Crash 4 considered a failure even though it sold fine?
Yeah, Crash 4 sold 5 million copies, but it was considered a failure because Insane Trilogy sold 20 million copies, and that's why Crash 5 was canceled. And I will never forgive Activision Blizzard for that. Among the many other things I won't forgive Activision Blizzard for.
It's so weird because, like, yeah, nostalgia is very in right now. Like, I know it was mentioned before, but I don't know. I think people do need to embrace new stuff a little more.
Well, I mean, Alice, it also does depend on the IP, but even IPs that are relatively niche are expected to sell. Like, there's very few exceptions to that rule. Like, the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Kirby. Like, Kirby doesn't sell well, or he doesn't sell to the point like a Mario or a Zelda would, but that's fine because, you know, he sells enough, and his developers or the team that makes Kirby games are okay with that. But like Kirby's been selling more and more. Like the sales numbers for his games have climbed over the years. It's just nothing outstanding. But that's okay because the people who make his games are okay with that. And we need more of that energy. Like
Forgotten Land also did stupidly well, like weirdly well.
Kirby is the spoiled son of Nintendo. He's the youngest brother of the Nintendo family. He's the one that's who always gets spoiled and is never expected to succeed. Not like Mario or Zelda.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say Kirby was the young Sheldon of Nintendo, and I was gonna lose my mind.
No, he gets the younger sibling syndrome. He's not the eldest sibling like Mario and Zelda, who are always expected to succeed, and he's not the middle child like Donkey Kong, who just kind of gets shoved away in the closet until now.
Also, thank you, Reed. I actually have been on quite a bit. I went under a different name for a while, but a couple different names actually, because different username and then like my name before transition. But yeah, no, I've been on Preacher's show for a while.
Yeah, no,
but I'm always
yeah, no. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Riley and I are friends in real life. She's a close friend of mine. I would like to have her on more, but you know, life has us both. Well, life has me by the balls and her by the tits, so.
Yeah. And like, there's so much going on right now, but like, I'd love to be on more. Like, I could probably come back, you know, for more stuffs.
I'm always hoping to having you, girl.
Same. Like, I'd like to, I mean, like, if I start streaming again, like, I'd love to, like, have you on, just, like, talk, because you're talking about, like, oh, play Super Robot Wars sometime or something. I'd be like, oh, sure, I could, like, stream one of the games or something.
Yeah, like
Something casual night.
Honest to God, having you around has made my night better because my day sucked.
Oh, well, I'm always happy to help.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon anyway. Did you have any like closing thoughts?
Not really. Besides, like, I guess movie-wise, there's not too much. Because, yeah, I'm also a film fanatic. I forgot to mention. I don't just do video games. I'm super duper into movies. I was gonna say go see Day the Earth Blew Up if you haven't seen it, but tomorrow I think it's its last day in theaters.
No, dang it. Maybe some theaters will still carry it. I don't know, but yeah, I also second that. Go see the new Looney Tunes movie. It's a labor of love at its peak.
If you can't make it to that, we will be getting a Blu-ray in May, I believe, towards the end of May. So it will be out like really soon. So if you're not busy tomorrow though, go see it. Last chance.
I will be copying. Also, it's not coming until next year, but we did save Coyote versus Acme, so that too.
Very true. I saw Day the Earth Blew Up 3 times and got 6 other people to see it. And I got the same response every time, which was, oh, actually, no, it turns out this is not the last day to see it. I just looked up times. It's playing through the 9th.
Yeah, I wanted to see it twice, but I ended up getting sick. And I mean, the movie is technically considered a quote-unquote failure because it didn't even make back its budget, but the fact it sold as well as it did just off word of mouth alone is impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to judge on this one because, yeah, it didn't make back its budget exactly, but in terms of independent filmmaking and for this company, it was a major success.
Yeah, because like y'all have to understand this movie got no marketing. Literally every person I've told about it is saying it's like, wait, there's a new Looney Tunes movie. Either that or they thought I was talking about Back in Action. A lot of people thought I was talking about Back in Action.
So, as I said, I saw it 3 times in theaters. I may go see it a 4th because I can't get enough of it. It's really good. Day 1, I got my ex and 2 other friends to see it. My ex actually knew about it, but didn't know it was in theaters yet. And it was kind of the same for the other 2. And then the second time was with a couple more friends who also didn't know it was a thing. And then the third time was with my brother, who also didn't know it was a thing.
Nice.
But yes, I've done more advertising for this movie than Ketchup. Hire me, Ketchup, please. I'll do your marketing.
I'll vouch. But
That's
yeah.
a 3D Harlock movie.
The what?
They actually were the ones who brought the 3D Harlock movie to the States when that came out.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I knew their name, because I saw Ketchup and I was like, oh, the Harlock guys.
Nice. When's Mustard Entertainment?
Ranch Entertainment.
I mean, I'd be okay with it. But
Barbecue Sauce Studios.
But yeah, that movie was great. Go see it if possible. I'll be picking up the DVD for it.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'll probably be back over the weekend. I'm not sure if I want to just continue with Sly and try and beat it, or I may pick up Croc and we can go through that, or I may just play Hades. We'll see what happens. But thank you for joining me as always. Like, I cannot express how much you improved my night. Follow her, please. There's her Blue Sky. I feel bad. I can't really send you to Twitter in good conscience because, like, it's Twitter.
Yeah, super valid. I'm pretty active on both. Just a warning for my Blue Sky. I do also repost like boobies and stuff because I read the second part of my name.
Yeah, but yeah, keep up with her. But anyway, other than that, thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'll be back to playing games. Those are my links personally. Best way to see when I go live, all that good stuff. And y'all have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.